everyone, Rachel and Steph, Yoga Bones. We are excited because we are doing our BAM series. So 100 yoga asana, the Ashtanga series. So we are on pose number 17.
17.
It in Sanskrit is called...
Pose?
Yeah.
The pose is called Ardha, Baddha, Padmottanasana.
Single leg.
Standing half-bound lotus pose.
Right. So I'm going to go ahead.
3 times faster.
Yeah. I'm going to go ahead and do it. And actually, everyone, I've been practicing yoga now for 22 years. And I have never done this pose. So it's one that you might not come across very often in class. And one for me with my lovely hips and shoulders, and that might be you as well, certainly will need the props, the modifications.
I know, it's like the perfect pose to show how to modify it.
Yeah.
So we're doing it in respects to the traditional Ashtanga series. So we're going to do it because it is number 17 on the list.
Yeah.
But Rachel and I just had a nice giggle about it because we're like, do you do this pose? We're like, no. Do you do this pose? No. It is a pretty intricate pose. I'm not sure why it's in the primary series, to be completely honest. So we'll have to consult with a professional on this one because it's actually
professional stuff.
No, but I'm thinking of like Tina Bach or Terry or like those kind of people that would kind of help me because it's a very intense pose with the hips. Because if you think of lotus poses, when you have both legs all the way onto your hips, so it's a deep hip rotation, deep knee flexion, and then you have the rotation of the shoulder to add to do the reverse bind. So Rachel and me too, we both use the strap on this one because my hand, again, my little T-Rex arm, there's no way I can reach my foot. So once you have that, we brought the chair out just to help with balance to get into the pose. So just give you a little quick thing. If you look like us with this pose, or if you can't do it at all, just skip this one. It's totally fine. I won't tell anybody, okay? And then once you're in the pose, there's the variation of standing, and then you can reach, whoa.
Ooh, you see, and that's where I get my second
block. And then you
block.
get the second block.
Yeah, thanks.
Stack it up. There we go.
Right.
So we would take a breath to find the flat back. So this is where you find.
Sorry, I'm just going to come out of it and try and side profile it.
And then you can actually release the forehead and fold into it. So without the strap, there's no way either of us could do this pose or even find the integrity of it without collapsing in the ribs, the lower back, the pelvis, like ribs spilling out, belly falling out. So those are all the important alignment cues as well here. So to keep that, we have to use a strap. There's no way. Also, physiologically,
yeah.
I'm saying it right. Okay.
Say it in French, Steph.
No. And my limbs are very short. So combining the missing rotation in my hip with my limbs that are very short, it's a pretty hard pose. So we're also always remember your body. The whole reason we're doing this, guys, is to also be for you to be in touch with your own body. Everybody's body moves differently, has different space, has different limb length, has different mobility. So remember that, especially when you're doing this pose. Rachel looks like she's loving it. Look at her.
Well, Steph was saying that when you go to put your arm around your back to try that space, that hand wants to be on that big toe.
Yeah, cool. That
that's
same yogi toe.
That's next week. But so what Steph's saying about binding is that there's a tendency then to arch the back. And ideally, everyone, you've got to keep your pooch under and you've got to keep your ribs in.
Exactly. See, look at that.
Then go from the hip. So there's a whole lot going on there that says, in my body, don't go any further. My leg is shaking because the strength is not there for me to go any further. Fantastic. So then I would stay in this range.
If you have the balance, once you have your bind, so here, you can't even see my foot, it's so low. There we go. You can just practice having the arm all the way up and finding your balance here on one leg.
Beautiful.
So that's one variation if you don't feel like folding. And see, look where my hand is. Look where my toes are. There's a big gap there. So obviously, this is my favorite friend to like shorten the divide here.
And use the chairs, use props, use the wall. You move slowly. It's a big movement for the shoulder and the hip.
And the knee too. I find the knee, it's a deep flexion. If you're like tender in the knees, you might this might not be your favorite pose.
Yeah.
Obviously, me being a yogi way before I was a teacher, I like to try all the poses. Like I want, like, what are they? What are the variations? How can we play with them? What are they? Am I going to land on my face? That's the best way we also learn. So give it a try, but it might not be the pose for you.
It might feel also amazing.
Exactly. And it might feel like the best pose of your life. So give it a go.
Yeah, give it a go. And, you know, benefits giving something new a go. Focus, obviously, as Steph identified in one of our other videos, when you're doing single leg balance work, there's very much that need to focus and keep your breath steady. So it's beautiful breath awareness. Massive, I'm going to say, opening for the hip and the shoulder joint. So again, take care whilst going into and coming out of the pose. And just a couple of the alignment cues are be in 4 points of the feet, really straight legs, straight spine.
Tadasana spine for real.
Yeah, and modification. God, I've used all the props. So
all the props.
I used my yoga teacher. I used the blocks, the straps. So yeah, wow, what an interesting pose. I've now got to go and do it on the other leg just to balance myself up. But for me, Steph, thank you very much for helping me with that pose.
You're welcome. I love it. We're both like, give me the strap. And like so you might, like Rachel said, it might be the best pose for you, and you might make it look amazing. Please try it. And just because we can't do it doesn't mean you can't.
There you go. There you go. Send us a pic of you doing it. We'd love that.
We'd love to see that.
Love that. Post it to us, and then we can get it on Insta. Awesome. Yes. Okay, so thank you very much again from us.
Be safe.
Be safe. Any questions, let us know. That's just awesome.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.